Why is this still marked? Can't get in here.
What can you tell?
He's... but it's...
What is Rufus?
he came with the building.
What is Rufus?
He came with the building.
What do you know about Laura Anks?
Oh, she's a fantastic... She basically does the work of...
Was it you?
No.
That's unusual.
It's good you're here.
Do you know anything about...
Well, it's obviously a cheap prank by Frederson. Only he would find this funny.
Have you seen...
I can't say it comes at a surprise.
Is it not
she
your
never
handwriting?
particularly enjoyed her job.
It is though, isn't it?
Difficult finding replacements nowadays. Look what you've instigated. Now everyone is dilly.
Was that...
Not getting anything new from this, right? I'm very confused why this is still marked yellow. Can't take the pond out of the duck. Sophie is at the Salami Bandits' home in a cake. I don't know. I'm in a bus? On a bus? In a bus? I would say on a bus, not in. That's not, I mean, technically in a bus is correct. Oh, is she under it? Is she in the holding? Or is she in the storage area? She's not on Boris's bus, right? Hold on. Wait, is that why Manfred's in the parking lot? Because he shoved her under the bus? I'm so lost on this. Again, I think it's just the wording that is excuse my squeaky chair. This doesn't make sense to me. I also don't like I don't feel like there's a lot of direct clues that point to this. Boris's office? I don't know. Like, none of these make sense to me. Airbus. Why would station be an option? None of these people possess a station, right? I'm gonna brute force this because I'm actually annoyed by it. Bear buses.
Oh
I guess.
God!
I mean, I guess that's a way to phrase it. It's a very awkward way to phrase it. I don't know why station was even an option. Home wouldn't have made any sense for anyone. I actually kind of thought I
That's where she's
anyway.
being kept.
Sure, but why? And I don't dislike this game, but it is like a lot of it is like trial and error. I don't feel like there's a good hint unless I missed something glaring. I think it should be a little bit more clear. Like, other than the letter being a little suspicious, suspecting her of being kidnapped in the first place is very weird. And then I mean, my inference here is that...
It's important that I stayed calm now.
My inference is that Manfred is doing the smuggling and that he's kidnapped her and put her on the bus because he wants to get rid of her or
Couldn't
whatever.
alert the culprit, or all of this will have been for nothing. I needed to first figure out who is behind everything, so I could confront them.
I mean, sure. Alright, so... Manfred is a Salami bandit because... oh, the handwriting. Because the Salami bandits are the same. Yeah. Figured that one out. Probably should have done that one first.
Manfred is the Salami bandit. That makes a lot of sense. Ironic that his handwritten note meant to frame Fredersen.
It's especially awkward that he like doubled down and threw the bag at Fredersen's desk.
Ended up incriminating Manfred instead. Something was missing here.
I mean, okay.
Who else was involved with this? I had collected everything I needed. I just had to organize my thoughts.
Is this the end? Boris is the accomplice. So, or instead of accomplice, is it the enemy, friend, lover? Easily carry out the importing of the salamis. Yeah. Okay.
The Salami bandit wasn't working alone.
I mean, there's still really no evidence that Boris is culpable for this. He still could be another fall guy for this whole thing and just be taking bags on and off.
It made sense for the bus driver to be involved.
Okay. The infatuation. Sophie is the Salami bandit's enemy because she used to still date Boris. Needs someone who could convince... Wait. He did date Boris. Needed someone... This part's fine, but this part's awkward. Salami bandit needed somebody who could convince... Sophie into... It's Boris? Into helping? Why would they be the enemy then? Please, God, not... Wait, Sophie was... How do you figure that?
Managed to talk Boris into this.
Is that the implication from the conversation we saw where she blocked the number? Is that what we're supposed to get out of it?
Aha! I had it all figured out
It was
now.
Manfred who set the whole thing up in the first... Set the whole thing up, but needed Sophie to get Boris to come along because Boris would do anything for Sophie.
It was time that I confront the culprits. But first, I had to free Sophie.
And that explains why this is still marked yellow.
Oh,
I mean, how did you think this was gonna work out, man?
Sophie! What happened?
what's going on out here?
Why is everyone yelling?
I don't know, man. Did you tie up your receptionist in the bus?
This looks dramatic.
It's kind of a long story.
Is it?
And guess who deduced said long story? The one and only Duck Detective.
Read the room.
Honestly, Laura's right on that one.
This is how everything went down. The Britzel Beerbus branch was suffering losses and had their budget cut as a result. Manfred, worried about the financial stability of his family, felt himself backed into a corner.
Uh-huh.
This is when he became the Salami Bandit.
This doesn't...
He made his grand plan of salami smuggling and realized
This never would have been a problem if he
couldn't
didn't
do this
steal from
alone.
or for Laura's fucking
He
lunch,
recruited
though.
Boris, since it would be easiest for the bus driver to load
was that
and
even
unload
about?
the wares discreetly. The bus would go through a customs check at the Salsiccia bus station first. And then Boris would take a detour to get the salami and load it onto the bus. This is why the buses always had a huge delay.
Oh, that's why the map
It
is
wouldn't be
like that,
easy to
because
talk
he
Boris
goes in
into
a
crime.
triangle to go
So
around.
Manfred convinced Sophie to join
I
the
think.
team. Boris's obsession with her would make it easy for her to manipulate him into
But
helping
what did
with their
Sophie
plan.
get out of it? Like, that's why I
Everything
didn't
was going
suspect
well
her.
until the Duck Detective, that's me, infiltrated the office. Freddy was meant to be the scapegoat for the crime, but I'm not fooled that easily.
I mean, we figured that he wasn't...
Sophie began getting cold feet, and ultimately wanted to confess to the police.
Right.
Manfred couldn't have this, so he interfered. In an outburst of panic, he abducted her and hid her in the luggage compartment of one of the buses.
Okay.
And this is why Manfred stole Laura's lunch!
Bro. No. That doesn't make any fucking sense. What?
What?
Everything is figured out, but who is truly guilty?
I don't know. The lunch theft hasn't been the subject of this game for several hours.
Manfred, Sophie, and Boris are all involved in the smuggling. Who should get arrested for their crimes? Manfred was the mastermind behind everything. Should Manfred get arrested?
Yes? I mean, they should all be... They should all be arrested? Because even if Manfred didn't do the crime with his own hands, like, legally speaking, he's still responsible for it. With Sophie as the accomplice, like, she's maybe the most deniable, but she still is directly, she knows of the crime and is party to it. And then Boris, even if he's only doing it for his affection for Sophie, is still doing a fucking crime. So they should all be arrested, or am I picking one?
He is the reason this all started in the first place. Of course he should be arrested. What about Sophie? Without her, the smuggling wouldn't have been possible. She manipulated poor Boris into taking the salami across the border. Should Sophie get arrested?
Yeah.
What she did was clearly illegal. She needs to face the consequences.
Also, how did she get her phone back?
Boris was at the end of the chain. Had he refused to take the Salami on board, the plan would have not worked out.
Yeah,
Should Boris get
he
arrested?
was very literally the bag man. Yeah.
He might have not realized what was going on entirely.
No, he would have known, because he's a bus driver. He's taking a weird circuitous route, and they even show an image of him, whatever, you know, however real that image is. They show an image of him loading up bags that, like, I don't know, if they're not bags that belong to people on the bus, he must know that there's something suspicious at
That
least.
doesn't mean he's not liable for engaging in the smuggling.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I've made up my mind.
One moment. Okay. Excuse me. Big sneeze. Okay.
I will report to the state police. Manfred! Sophie! Boris!
I mean, we should definitely... I mean, everybody's... This whole thing's fucked up, because Margaret and what's his name? Rufus are also selling... Like, they're stealing from the company, which... Even if nobody in this office cares, the corporation probably cares. And not for me to be defending corporations here, but that's still literally a crime. So...
And I do it again!
I'm sure you would, Manfred. You clearly have no remorse.
Anything to secure my family's well-being.
Fucking unhinged, bro.
I'm not sure grand-scale salami smuggling was necessary for that.
How else was I going to cope with all the budget cuts?
Why did you get budget cuts in the first place, man? Like, we never addressed that.
If anyone actually worked in this office.
Dude, it's a bus office. Like, how much work is there to do? Besides, you've been saying how, like, even as overworked as Laura is, how she does, like, all of the work in the office.
We wouldn't have such terrible performance in the first place.
Buddy, the reason all the buses are late is because you only have one bus driver and you have him running smuggling runs. So he's always late.
Hey, I work.
You do, Laura.
Yes, and then you keep asking for promotions.
Yeah, that's how it works, Manfred. You said yourself she does the work of like 5 people, right? Give her the fucking promotion. I don't care if you can't afford it. Figure it out.
How am I going to give anyone a promotion
If you don't have any income because you're smuggling, because it's your fault,
if we have people baking cakes during working hours?
that is a fair point. I mean, that's on you as the manager for not telling Margaret to stop baking fucking cakes. Or for, you know, getting yourself into the situation where you're not making any money because you're selling tickets out from under the company so you have no income because they're all on eBay or whatever they called it.
And while we're at it, Rufus!
Yeah?
How dare you embezzle money from the company?
I mean, that's kind of on you, man. Like, yes, Rufus is definitely at fault for that, but he would have been hardcore fired if you weren't worried about being found out because he knew.
And then threaten me!
For the crimes you literally did.
That's... Rufus said we're only doing that until his book takes off.
It's not taken off, Margaret. You're...
And then I'll play the lead alien in the movie adaptation.
Margaret, you're dumb.
Look who's going to jail now, Manfred.
I mean, you are too, Rufus. We'll get to you.
Not me, that's for sure.
I stand by what I said.
Embezzlement's still a crime.
I regret nothing.
What is this?
Go get a better job, Laura. One that stresses you out less and appreciates you more.
If I had known that calling the duck detective would result in this, I would have have never done it!
Is this a bad end because I didn't let them all get away with it?
You were supposed to find out who stole my lunch.
That is a good question. I still don't know. I mean, I think it was Manfred, but like that, I don't know.
Not accuse my best friend of smuggling!
I knew this was a bad idea from the beginning.
Uh-huh.
Why did Boris have to lose the bag? My God, he is such an idiot!
I had no idea it was that important.
Did you not? How could you not have? If you were given direct instructions to keep track of bags that belonged to people in your office, you didn't... Never mind, I realize what I'm saying. You are, in fact, that kind of idiot who would just do what he was told and not think about it at all. Okay.
Why didn't anyone tell me about the plan? You said your cousin was ill,
Well, that's dirty.
and the only thing that would make her happy was the salsiccia salamis.
Boris, you're a special kind of dumb.
I should have known.
And Sophie, you're a terrible storyteller.
If you're stupid enough to believe that, then you're also too stupid to bring a couple sausages across the border.
But how long has this been going on? Is this the first attempt? It's technically still a crime because they did it successfully.
Whack the case, Mr. Duck Detective.
Shut the fuck up, Freddy.
You're just as cool as I imagined.
Not now, Fredderson.
Oh.
The truth. The truth is an ugly mistress. But it is my duty to throw bread to the fine beak
What?
of Lady Justice.
Oh my god. That's interesting. Okay. Wow, more people would have let Sophie get away with it than Boris. I would probably have arrested Sophie before Boris. It's even more so, I would say, that after hearing him be such an idiot. Like, he may literally not know that getting the salami and bringing it in is a crime, or, you know, an import violation or whatever. Why would you not hold Sophie culpable for it? Like, she's... Manfred would have had to explain the plan to her. There's no way for her to not have knowledge of what's going on. Unless she was also an idiot, which she isn't. Like, unless Manfred was like, oh, my wife wants, is ill and wants salami because it will make her feel better. And then Sophie went along with it, then maybe. But, like, I don't understand how you look at this and go, Boris is more guilty than Sophie. Like, yes, he has the hands-on aspect of it, but that's not how one counts crimes. $5 per square meter. Wow, that's the end. All right. It's kind of an abrupt ending. Huh. I don't love this game. I think it's interesting. I think it's kind of fun. There's a lot of, like, fun stuff that's going on with it. The core gameplay is a bit clunky and operating on sort of unclear clues. Oh. Freddy is voiced by BDG. All right, I definitely didn't recognize it. He's definitely doing a voice, but anyway, I like a lot of what's going on here, but it's the deduction part of it is clunky.
Oh, crap.
Oh, there's more?
I completely forgot to collect my payment from Laura.
That's on you.
Everybody already went home. How am I going to pay for the bus?
Go back into the server room and take some of the free tickets? Who's driving the bus anyway?
Guess I'm walking home.
Oh, don't...
Need a ride?
Do not get in the car with Freddy, Duck Detective. Don't.
I just booked this one. It's been such a long day after all.
No, thank you.
Come on, it'll be fun! Plus, you must be tired after all the detective work.
I really don't.
Please?
Don't get kidnapped, Duck Detective.
Yeah, fine.
Oh boy.
Great! Now I finally have time to tell you all about my ideas for your social media.
Oh no.
Please don't.
I could get you tons of publicity.
No.
And imagine, we can team up,
How, what?
Absolutely not.
and I can be your sidekick.
What would you even do? I'm bad enough at my job as it is. Wow. All right. The mullet closely followed by the bob, and those are so fast. All right. You know, this is charming. It's got a lot of charm to it. It's cute. It's you know, it's a little self-contained thing, and there's nothing like glaringly wrong with it. I do wish that the actual detectiving parts were a little bit more compelling, where I don't know, like it's a problem with how they've decided to do the gameplay, right? When all of the clues are already obvious, with the exception of the phone that I couldn't frickin' see, when all of the clues are just a dot somewhere that you need to walk up to and interact with, like, this is where we get the blurry lines of how much is just pressing A to continue watching the gameplay itself versus something. This is like this compared to, say, Batman, which has been very much on the Telltale Batman that I've been playing concurrently with this, which has very much been everything is just pretty much press the button to make the game continue on its own. Very little actually matters. This is more on the side of there being actual gameplay, but it does err on the side of not having to know that much or think that much about what's actually happening. Right up until the point where it's asking you to fill out information, and then I feel like some of those word puzzles, through a combination of obfuscated clues and clunky writing, are just a little bit too awkward and difficult to suss out. There's a few too many of those clues that are like either guess and check or make some very long inferences to see if they check out. And so it's not very satisfying to me personally to finally figure out what the right answer is for all the words and then have them jump to a conclusion that I couldn't have jumped to myself. Or at least didn't have hard evidence for. Maybe could have like guessed at. Like I was saying with Manfred earlier with Manfred in the parking lot. Like, it's weird that he's out there, but I don't have any, like, there's very little to go off of to suggest that Sophie's been kidnapped. There's very little to go off of to suggest, like, where she's been kidnapped to, or who did it, or all those other things. It's a little bit too obfuscated. And I almost wish at that point that the game is not, like, difficult, right? And so when you have something like Boris standing in the lobby going, something's weird about this, it's like, okay, man, at that point, like, you're telling me something's strange. You might as well just say, I don't think that's her handwriting or something like that, because that, like, gives me something firm to go off of. Now, going through all the clues one at a time in sequence, kind of chronologically like I did help tie some things together, but it didn't, I don't know, maybe there are people who have played this who can answer, who have noticed things that I didn't notice, but when so much of the surface level game is very handholdy, having the core mystery be so buried in other details that are not directly relevant, weird. Doesn't really match up. And it doesn't really seem to want you to guess and check either, since it's after a couple of guesses, it tells you to go look at the hints. I don't know, maybe I should have used the hints. Maybe that's the mistake, is maybe the hints would have been like just hearing Duck Detective's internal monologue. If that's the case, then it's a mistake to hide it under the hints. They should just make it part of his normal dialogue as you discover items. That would be a really big mistake if that turns out to be the case, because that would fix all my problems. If he's talking to himself and saying, oh, there's these connections. I don't know. It's hard. This is not a bad game by any means. I think it's quite good, actually, but it's missing some of the charm of something like, it's missing some of the charm and the accessibility of something like Frog Detective. Which is still, the Frog Detective games were some of my favorites that we've played ever on this channel. And I'm still hoping we get more of those at some point, but I think they may be done. Anyway, there is a sequel to this game that, well, you see it right in the corner there. I don't know whether or not I will play it. I'll think about it. If you have a strong feeling about it as a viewer, let me know, and maybe that'll influence me one way or another. But yeah, this game's all right. It's cute. It's kind of charming. It's a bit short too. I don't know. I feel like the Frog Detective games were longer than this even. I just expected this to be a little longer and have a few more steps and be a little clearer at some points. But I like it. It's all right. Anyway, before I keep talking myself in circles, I'll cut this here. Thank you guys for watching. This has been interesting, and I'll see you guys for something else next time.